talking. It's like a castle.
Day 3 was Australia Day, Saturday, January 26, 2019. I didn't realise it was Australia Day when we woke up, and we didn't have any Australia plans for London, so there won't be any Australia Day things in this vlog. But on our 3rd day, we jumped on a bus from our Airbnb and headed off to the Natural History Museum. We had to change buses once to get from our Airbnb to the Natural History Museum, and unfortunately, the second bus that we got on was not that great. We were kind of grossed out on that bus, so after a few stops, we decided to get off because we couldn't handle the smell or the sounds or anything. But luckily, where we got off was actually Kensington Park. So we went for a nice stroll through Kensington Park. Kensington Park was beautiful. We were there on a Saturday, so it was really lovely just seeing all of the families and people out. People were on bikes and there were kids playing. It was just really lovely seeing everybody out and enjoying the good weather and enjoying the park on a Saturday. Kensington Palace is in the grounds of Kensington Park, and while we were there was a Princess Diana exhibition on, and the line for that was just out the door long. We didn't go inside and check it out, but we had a little walk around the gardens, and we ended up walking from the south end to the north end. And as we walked, we saw all of these buildings that were on the edge of the park, and we just thought how amazing it must be to live in a place like that your house backs onto Kensington Park. Incredible. This puppy. What's he doing? So after we walked through the park, we jumped on a bus to get to the Natural History Museum. There are 2 things that need mentioning about the Natural History Museum. One is how incredible this building is. You don't really get the full magnitude of this building as you're walking up to it until you're actually there. But as you're approaching, you start to see this structure that is just so remarkable. And then once you're right in front of it, you just realize how incredible this building is. Exterior, interior, it's just wow. It's worth going to the Natural History Museum just to see this building. It is incredible. It is just so beautifully done. The architecture is amazing. I just fell in love with it when I was there. The second thing that's worth mentioning is don't go on a weekend. We were there on a Saturday and wow, it was busy. For some reason, I just forgot that it was a Saturday. Everybody was there. There were so many families there, and it probably didn't help that outside had just started raining when we arrived. It was ridiculously busy. Everybody was just packed into this museum. We probably only spent maybe 40 minutes inside the Natural History Museum. Felt like we were being herded like cattle through all of the exhibitions. And it just lessens the experience when you're surrounded by so many people and you can't even look at a particular part of the exhibition without feeling like you need to move on because you're in someone's way, or you can't see it properly because people are standing in front of you. I wish that we hadn't gone on a Saturday because I would have loved to spend so much more time there. If you're going to the Natural History Museum, please don't go on a weekend because you won't be able to move.
Should we go right to the back and dance?
From the Natural History Museum, we jumped on a bus and landed ourselves right in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. And wow, London is just full of these remarkably huge, beautiful buildings. We were just blown away by the size of it. Unless you're there, you just don't get the energy and the feel of how huge this place is. The architecture of this place, just incredible. Just the size of it. I can't get over how big this thing is. We were so impressed by St. Paul's Cathedral that we actually made a detour on a sunnier day, but that's in an upcoming video. Before it got too dark and too late, we had to leave St. Paul's Cathedral and scurry along to get to the London Museum, but not before a quick stop off to donut time. And can I just say, I think donut time in the UK is better than donut time in Australia. I mean, the donuts themselves, for a start, are so much bigger than the ones in Australia. They look like they're the same size when you're looking at them in the window or when you get them in the box, but they're so much bigger. I almost couldn't finish them. If we were going back to our Airbnb straight away, I don't think I would have finished the donut, but I just didn't want to waste it because it tasted so good. The London Museum has some pretty incredible exhibitions. I love history, so I love just walking around and reading about all of the different time periods and reading about the plague and things like that. They've got your general exhibitions that you can see in museums, but then they've also got clothing and jewelry and things on display. They've got carvings from prisoners from cell blocks there. They've got a walkthrough where you can see what happened in each time period, which is really interesting. And then they've got this amazing street that they've reconstructed that you can walk through that really kind of transports you back to another time. It's so well done. It's almost like you're walking onto a movie set of old-timey London. It's really, really cool, and I would highly recommend going to Museum of London even just to see that. It's not huge, but it's big enough that you can walk through a couple of little alleyways and things. It's very well done. But yeah, that was pretty much our third day. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment if you've been to the London Museum or anywhere else in London. I would love to hear from you. Subscribe if you liked it and you want to see more. This is only our third day from our London trip, so we've still got a few more days to go, so I'll be uploading those videos soon, hopefully. But yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Bye.